everybody. It's Jeannie and Cindy. Welcome to our coffee chat. Hi, Jeannie.
Hey, Cindy. It's always good for us to meet and to have these discussions. I love your Bnow shirt.
I'm
love it.
going to get more of these because I'm going to be our official rah-rah. What do you think?
I think you should. Sure.
You can be the sophisticated one.
Well, whatever.
I'll be the rah-rah, okay?
We work well together. Someone's got to pay the cheerleaders, right?
I
know. You're over here with pom-poms. You know?
Exactly. So this isn't really coffee. This is lemon water. I just got yes, I have a friend who lost 20 pounds drinking lemon water in the morning.
Nice.
Cleans everything out. It's really good for your health. Lemons are just one of those magical foods that God created. So this is, had my coffee already, but this is lemon water, everybody. So,
well, you know, it's so interesting because lemon is an astringent, but it is also, it's very acidic. However, when we ingest it, it becomes alkaline in our body.
No kidding.
That's what
my new habit.
Perfect. I'm drinking water because I've already had my coffee.
Okay, so. There you go. So the truth comes out. That's what we're all about, right, Jean?
All right. Yeah, it's just water.
But today we're going to talk about hopium.
Not opium, not opium. Listen carefully.
Hopium. Is that even a word?
I don't think so, but I think that it is slowly being included in the English language. And I don't know if you know this or not. The English language is the most dynamic language in that we are continually adding words. Now, most of the languages are romantic based, which means that they have gender, you know, male and female, and you can't But English is actually a Germanic language. And so there are words continually being added into the English language. And when I owned a travel agency, all of the airline people, including pilots and air traffic control, everyone had to speak English.
Well,
which makes sense.
It's good to have one language for the entire planet, especially now that we're having internet and all that other stuff. For us to just
most people know English.
Yes,
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Let's just talk about hopium.
Hopium. What is hopium? Hopium is, in my definition, would be waiting for something to make you happy.
Yes.
Maybe someone has promised you something. Maybe a newscaster has promised that something is going to happen. Whatever.
Maybe a church has promised this is going to happen and blah, blah, blah. And people are waiting.
Or when I get that new car, when I get that new job, when I get that other house, when I move away, when my kids are out of the house, when I blah, 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 or when I have a child, all that stuff, that's when I'll be happy. But choosing happiness in the moment, because you have the power to do that. Mm-hmm. And if you have a dream that you are manifesting, hopium means you hope it's going to happen. And so but knowing it's going to happen is the power in your manifestation. That's by trusting the universe that everything is going to turn out great. Because then you can go back into your daily routine. And when that desire, that deep, deep desire that you have is kind of floating around, you say, or at least I say, God's in charge. The universe is in charge. The universe loves me so much that it is aligning everything perfectly for that to happen. And I have experienced it unknowingly that I was doing it. And then also by simply doing the let it go, let God, let it go, let God. That's when the magic happens, is when I get out of the way.
Well, even in the Bible and other sacred texts, but like in the book of Job, it said, you shall decree a thing and it will be done unto you. Now, what are we decreeing? Oh, it's just going to be terrible and I'm going to suffer. Okay. It doesn't say what thing you should decree. Whatever you decree is what you. So, there are people who live in hope, like you just said, Cindy, when this happens and when that happens and when I get married or when I get my own home or whatever, I'll be happy. But there are other people who live in fear. Well, when this happens because, my family has a history of blah, 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 or I heard someone the other day, and anyhow, I'm not going to name names or anything, but she said when she first met the parents of her son's fiance, she said, I just want you to know I was born and raised poor. Okay. And so my friend said, well, I wasn't born and raised poor, but I was born and raised frugal to handle a lot of money, which has its own set of, stuff going on. And so, and it's interesting. My son's father, my first husband, when he met my current husband, we were at a family funeral. And so my first husband said, I'm so-and-so. I'm an attorney and I sue people. And I was like, gee, I don't know why you're an ex-husband, do you? But it's, it's like establishing that, And so I don't know if that has a lot to do with hope, but I think at the core of our being, Cindy, we hope that people will like us or accept us. We hope that we can get what we want, right? And then, but what you said was so important is be happy now.
Be happy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Be happy in the moment, because you're missing out. Every breath that we take. I mean, I was watching the documentary on Katharine Hepburn last night, and she said life goes by like that.
Yes.
And it showed her from when she was a child to the end. And she says it goes by just like that. And she had plenty of challenges and comebacks and challenges and comebacks, very strong spirit. So when things happen to you that make you unhappy, and that happens, find something that makes you happy and focus on that. Give that your attention. It's not that you can't acknowledge the pain that's coming from this other direction, but get off of it. Get off of dwelling on it, especially if it's something you can do nothing about.
If it's out of your hands, it's in God's hands.
It's in God's hands.
That's the truth. And speaking of Katharine Hepburn, just reminded me, that people who are actors, I mean, we're all actors according to Shakespeare, and we're all, living out our own dramas and dreams. But, I've heard it said so many times, life is not a dress rehearsal. Mm-hmm. It's now.
It's now.
It's now. And so for people who are stuck in hoping that, especially we see this on the world stage right now. People they're on both sides of the spectrum who are hoping that that person or that group or that party that they hate is going to be held to justice, and until then, they're not going to be happy. Well, guess what? This is bigger than us. Oh, yeah. I can be happy. I can choose my own family's well-being, my own friends. You and I choose all the time to connect with each other.
Yes.
And one of the things that I love about us and what we do with our women, we just had a small group of women who are Bnow women, and they held their own healing retreat for like 6 women. And they are so happy.
Oh, we're
And so,
going to do a series on them, by the way.
oh, I know. I can't.
All of them came to me. I contacted all of them, and we're setting that up right now. They call themselves the High Vibration Sisterhood.
I know.
I love that. And they are part of our group. And we love to see these little things that happen from our group. And that's what we're all about, is supporting people who support women. We
That's
are
right.
the Bnow, the beautiful network of women. We
Yeah.
love our men. Oh gosh, we love our men, but we just think differently.
Women are, well, women are, I kind of don't want to go here, with all this transgenderism and stuff, but I did see something the other day saying, if lady parts don't make you a woman, then I can guarantee you that putting on a dress and lipstick don't either. God made men and women. My husband's a veterinarian, and I can promise you, we have never seen a puppy or a cow or a cat delivered from a male animal. It doesn't happen. Okay. Here in Texas, we used to say, you can put your boots in the oven, but it don't make them biscuits.
That is so funny.
You lived in Texas for a long time.
Oh, half my life. I love Texas. And I'm in Florida now because of the grandchildren, but I'm coming back next week.
Yeah, I can't wait. So anyhow, we'll just kind of wrap this up. But I love the idea. Honestly, it's kind of like the Ram Dass statement in his book, be here now. Be here now. And, when he went and started studying, he was from upstate New York, and his parents were, very high church and stuff. And he went and studied in India, and he, really took on different ways of being in spirituality, Cindy. And he said when he came back to visit his parents and went to their church with them and listened to these hymns that were so fabulous and, that really spoke truth about the glory of God and about us being God's children. And he was like, these people are oblivious. They don't even get it. They don't even know what words they're singing. He said, I was thrilled to my soul, although as a child I wasn't. But as I began to understand that life is God expressing through us right now, it changes everything.
Don't miss the opportunity in every minute of your life to be happy.
That's
because
right.
in every minute of your life, you can be happy.
That's right.
Right. So
I love you, my friend. Thank you for a great chat. And we'll talk next week.
Yes, ma'am. Lemon juice.
Bye-bye, y'all. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you.